Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we're here for a reading about the person on your mind and your connection to each other. So glad you're here, and I hope you're having a beautiful day or night whenever you're joining in for today's reading. In our pop-up reading today, or rather, it's not a pop-up reading. I guess that's been on my mind lately as I've been out of my normal routine and I need to get back into it. But anywho, in our reading here today, we're going to be talking about your person's general thoughts and feelings about you at this time. So not necessarily their most recent thoughts and feelings, but rather their overall stance in the connection at this time. I'm getting us started with some energy cards, and then after that, we'll jump into the tarot, get more details out. Our first card up is the Sea Serpent. This is also the sacral chakra in this deck. We have the beaver, and last but not least, we have the hawk. Okay, so lots of water energy coming through with the sea serpent and the beaver. The sacral chakra is also ruled by the element of water, so lots of water energy coming through with a little bit of air energy with the hawk. What I'm seeing here from your person at this time is that they're really trying to balance practicality with their emotions. So it could be that typically your person is very logical, they're very focused on practical matters, but now they're trying to work on their emotional health and understanding as well, especially towards you and towards this connection, because they're just really trying to find this balance and this middle ground between two opposing energies from them. So what that's telling me is that your person tends to not be very emotional, or maybe they tend to focus on their logic when making decisions versus their emotions or their intuition, and they're starting to try to integrate more of that energy in versus whatever they were doing before, okay? I feel like previously your person had been sort of like, how can I put this? This card talks about like when your sacral chakra is blocked, it's almost like muddy water, right? It gets blocked really easily. The emotions can't funnel and channel through as efficiently as they could if it was unblocked. I feel like that's your person's energy in the past, and they're conscious of it now. They're trying to work on that. They felt like they almost couldn't understand their emotions, or they couldn't process them properly, or again, things would get blocked. Whenever they were trying to make a big decision about you or in love relationships, their logic would like overrule everything else. They would not listen to their heart. They wouldn't listen to their intuition. And so right now they're trying to work on that. I'm also seeing here that your person has been thinking a lot about long-term planning. They could be at a phase in their life where, you know, building a home, having a stable home life, family life, career situation is really important to them. Like they might really be trying to build for the long-term future instead of short-term gratification or experience. And so they're looking at you and they're looking at this connection. It's like, it's funny because they're still using their logic and making these decisions, but they're also trying to use their hearts now too. Because they're looking at you, they're looking at your connection, kind of questioning whether or not this is something that's going to work out long term. They're questioning how things might align, how the two of you would be compatible further down the road. They're kind of watching, they're observing, they're trying to almost like predict the future and imagine what a future with you would be like. And logically, it's making a lot of sense to them. They feel like you would be a good partner to build with. You would be a stable partner to choose. This would be a connection that would work out logically, but now your person is also trying to pair in their emotions. How would it feel? Is this something that feels emotionally fulfilling to me? Is this something that's going to work out emotionally in the long run? Are we compatible in that sense? So your person seems to be really thinking a lot about the future, long-term compatibility with you. They're at a phase in their life where setting a stable foundation for the rest of their life is really important to them. They're not like a Knight of Wands that's spontaneous or wanting to just have short-term fun and adventures. This person at this point in time is really very much focused on setting the tone for the rest of their life, their future, buying a home, building a home, creating a home life, creating a family. Maybe they're thinking about having kids, or maybe they already have kids, or you do, and they're trying to figure out how that'll all align and if it's compatible, how it's going to work out. They're kind of just making plans, watching and waiting, but they also are trying to pair their intuition and their emotions in making these decisions as well. They're asking themselves how they really feel about you, how this connection makes them feel, not just whether or not it's going to work out practically. So that's where your person is at right now. I think they're actually seeing some signs about you, especially if your person is normally very, very logical and they don't, how can I put this? I feel like we're talking about a person who's very logical. They might not be the most spiritual or religious person around. Maybe they don't believe in soulmates or signs or things of that nature. They might be like a very evidence-based person. Like when they're making decisions or when they're thinking about things, they want to see like a line of scientific evidence backing it up. And I think your person lately has been seeing a lot of signs about you, and maybe some events have happened to them recently that are unexplainable with logic. And that could be another reason why they're starting to try to listen to their intuition and their emotions more, because they've had some phenomena happen recently that can't be explained with basic logic. There's no studies that have been done on this. There's no way of explaining it otherwise. So I feel like your person has had some signs about you. They've had some signs about this connection. They're listening to those, or they're at least beginning to do that, instead of just trying to see what makes the most sense practically. Okay. We also have the Page of Wands that fell to the floor. We have Justice here as well. So we have Libra energy coming through. I feel like this person, again, is wanting something very official with you, or just in general in their life. Like they're looking for a spouse. They're looking for somebody they can buy a home with or maintain a home or a lease with. They're looking for something that is like legal, official, concrete, and permanent. They're not looking for short-term fun. And again, they're thinking about that with you. That's something that's really on their mind. And they're thinking about actually bringing that up to you more. Maybe this is something you've already had some conversations about. They could be hinting at it. Maybe the two of you are at like a stage in your connection where this is like something that's coming up in conversation naturally. Like, where do you see us going? Where do you think we're going to be in 5 years? Is this going to work out? Because your person just seems to be very focused on that. And I think that they're in this place where they really do see a lot of potential and possibility with you, and they're getting ready to act on it with the Page of Wands. They're getting prepared to actually take some action and go for it, instead of just observing and planning and thinking about it, watching, waiting. They're getting signs that the time is right. So that is what we have today. I'm going to get you a couple of personal messages now, and then we're going to close today's reading off. Your first message is the Armadillo with protection. You are entering a phase where, in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may have to be discerning and say no to many things that have been holding you back in the past. Wow, that was a mouthful. I'm just going to hold it up in case you want to reread it. Our affirmation today is, I am a money magnet and I attract wealth and abundance. And as always, you're invited to affirm that with me and the collective below in the comments if you would like to. If the reading resonated, please let me know by hitting that like button. Subscribe for more in the future as well. You guys, as I mentioned in the beginning of the reading, I believe, I had a big break, like a long break. Normally I post every day, but my brother came to town and then we had Thanksgiving and my schedule just got way thrown off. But hopefully this week and over the next few days, I will be back on my normal daily posting routine. So thank you for your patience as well, for those of you who watch on a regular basis. We're hopefully mellowing out again. But anyway, thank you again. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day or night, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.